call this meeting to order. Committee on Committees, 5 p.m., January 13th, 2025. Commissioner Dunn, would you give the invitation, please?
Ms. Feller, dear Lord, thank you for everything, and thank you for this day. I want to thank you, Lord, for providing us safe passage here, and ask that you give safe passage to all of us as we go home. I want to thank, during the times of our storms, all of those who have been out there working to make our lives safer. And I also would like to pray for our friends and families and just other people in our country in California who are devastated, and in western North Carolina and East Tennessee. So I want to ask you to give us guidance and give us good decision making and be with us as always, Lord. And I thank this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Approval of the agenda.
Motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Approval of minutes from October 21st, 2024, on pages 3 through 6. Everybody have a chance to look at those? Motion. Commissioner Holmes, Commissioner Nunn, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Recognition of the public. We have a couple of people signed up. First one signed up is Neil Burgess.
Yes.
You would state your name and your address, and you have 3 minutes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Neil Burgess. My address is 1658 Kelvington Boulevard in Gallatin. The purpose of my visit here tonight is to introduce myself. A few weeks ago, actually back before Christmas, I sent to each member of the committee a resume and a letter expressing my interest in serving on the airport board. So I wanted to come in tonight so you could put a name and a face together. So I want to thank the chair and the committee and the mayor for allowing me an opportunity to do just that. I have been attending the airport board meetings, and I've been very impressed with the professionalism and the effectiveness of that board. And I feel like I have an opportunity to serve on that board, and I may be able to contribute. And I would love to do that because the airport is such a valuable asset to this community, and I would like to be a part of making sure that it continues to be a valuable asset and can grow and prosper. My wife and I retired here back in 2017. It's a lovely community, a lovely county. We really enjoy our time here, and both of us feel like we can do our part for the community by volunteering and serving on various boards. I currently do serve on one of the boards for the city of Gallatin, and I would very much like your consideration to serve on the airport board and see if I can be of service to the county. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Can I answer any questions? Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, I said 3 minutes. You get 5 minutes. I'm sorry, but you weren't even close. That's no worries. I think the last time we did 3 minutes to another committee because there was so many signed up. So sorry about that. Okay, Mr. Don Abbott, just state your name and address.
Hello, my name is Don Abbott. I live at 1205 Douglas Main Road in Gallatin. I am seeking reappointment to the airport board. I sent out my resume and a letter some time ago, and just in case it got lost in cyberspace, I brought a paper copy, so I'll leave that with you. I'd like to, I agree with Neil. I think the airport is a valuable asset. We've made great strides, and there's a lot going on at the airport, and I think it's an economic engine for this county and a great asset. I have enjoyed my time on the board, and I think we've made great progress. I'd like to continue in that endeavor, and I appreciate your consideration. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and the next person, is anybody not signed up that wants to sign up? Okay, and then I'm tired. You get 5, sorry, so you're fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Inherit Irving Jones Phillips, and despite the funny accent, I am an American citizen. I am also a military wife and a mother living in Hendersonville. I was nominated for this position due to my decades' worth of professional experience, working in policy, strategy, and corporate communications, and working with general counsel, legal, and enforcement teams. For 11 years, I held a government position where ethics, fairness, transparency, and due process and compliance was at the heart of everything that I did. As a public servant, my principal goal was to further the public's trust in the government and place their interests first, especially if any potential wrongdoings have transpired. In this case, it was financial services, and I worked for the regulator. As leaders, you know that ethics plays a crucial role in guiding the actions of others and ensuring that they act in the best interest of the community and constituents. Ethical standards is rooted in principles such as integrity, honesty, accountability, and fairness. I understand and appreciate that sustaining the public's confidence in government can lead to ensuring well-represented and healthy communities. Being able to boost government transparency can reduce risk, prevent misconduct, prevent reputational damage, and the all-amassing and important legal bills. Promoting fair policies and procedures to all will maximize the likelihood of achieving good governance and strong leadership. In preparation for this evening, I read the Code of Ethics and Conduct, Sumner County, an impressive document. I would be honored to join the committee tasked to investigate any credible complaints, prepare recommendations for actions, and work within a framework that adheres to applicable state laws. Complying with these responsibilities and making ethical decisions that respect participants' values, concerns, and interests is a task that is familiar to me. I would be grateful if you could kindly consider my application fairly. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Kimberly Overton.
Thank you, Christy. My name is Kimberly Overton. I am a registered nurse and a Sumner County resident for over 20 years. I really wanted to express my sincere interest in joining the ethics committee. I have a deep-seated commitment to ethical standards and community service. I would welcome the opportunity to contribute my expertise and perspective to the committee. As the founder of Nurse Freedom Network, I have dedicated myself to advocating for ethical principles and medical practices and transparency within the healthcare system. The organization, I'm sorry, I have a thing that keeps popping up on my screen. The organization was established with a vision of creating a supportive environment where nurses and other medical professionals can freely discuss and address the ethical dilemmas and challenges we encounter in our profession. Through this initiative, I have gained profound insights into the complexities of ethical decision-making and the importance of integrity and professional conduct. In addition to my work with Nurse Freedom Network, I also oversaw the formation of a private membership association, Blended Healthcare, which is committed to providing safe, affordable, and compassionate, patient-centered healthcare to all those who seek our services. These initiatives have equipped me with a unique understanding for the necessity of clear ethical guidelines and the promotion of ethical behavior in all professional spheres. I have led numerous conferences, workshops, and seminars focused on ethical practices, rights, and responsibilities in nursing, which I believe are directly applicable to the broader objectives of the county's ethics committee. I'm particularly interested in ensuring and enhancing transparency and accountability within local government agencies. I would appreciate the opportunity to bring my background in healthcare ethics to complement the efforts put forth by the Commission to ensure that our community not only maintains but strengthens its commitment to ethical governance. I'm confident that my professional experience and my active engagement in ethical advocacy make me a suitable candidate for this position. I am committed to working collaboratively with other committee members to address ethical issues and foster an environment of trust and integrity within our community. I thank you very much for considering me.
Thank you. There's no one else who'd like to speak? All right, we'll close the resignation of the public. Report of the chairman, no report. Report of the county mayor.
No report.
And old business, under old business, we still have 2 open slots on the Sumner County Library Board of Trustees. And, county commission recommendations are Mike Ray and Eric Stockton. And I do want to say a couple of things, about this, and I know that there's going to be questions of why, again, because of all of the emails, and I know that all the commissioners received the same emails that I received. There was a lot of citizen outreach, on, these two gentlemen, and they asked, to have them put back on for another chance, and so that's what I did. I mean, I was inundated. I don't even know how many emails I counted them, but I don't actually recall. So, those recommendations are going to stay as, Mike Ray and Eric Stockton as, have a motion.
Yes.
Motion by Commissioner Holmes, second. Second by Commissioner Jeanette.
And I would just like to say, along with you, and I'm sure the rest of us, the emails that we got for specifically Mr. Stockton was overwhelming. He is actually a constituent of mine, and I have spoken with him at length. I think that he has, aside from all of the emails and the public support for him, he brings a lot to the table. Everybody may not agree with all of the things, but he is very business-minded. He's very community-oriented. They use the library, all the things that we thought were important. I think he holds those. So I absolutely support that.
I'd like to make a comment also about Mr. Ray. Mr. Ray is one of my constituents. He is also very community-minded. Matter of fact, this weekend, he reached out to all of our neighborhood and asked if anybody needed anything, because during the tornado last year, he was one of the ones that came to my home and brought me my husband was laid up, and he brought me a generator. He and his family, they checked on everybody, they checked on all the residents. He is a very good guy. He has children that are has been homeschooled, and very knowledgeable in the library and the system, and just a good guy, just like Mr. Stockton. And I really have been very supportive of Mr. Ray and Mr. Stockton for that reason. I mean, you know, I know a lot of people want to know, well, how much do they go to the library? How much? Honestly, I don't, keep record of those kind of things, because I think if someone goes to the library, that's great. I go to the library, but I don't always. I go to the library and I'm all around, and I look at books and I read the books in the library. You can look at them online. You can check them out if you wish. But I think just community involvement and understanding the community does a lot about reaching towards a position that is public service. And it's a volunteer position. It's not, they're not being paid for it. They're not, they're taking their time to do this for the community and for our county. And it's not something, I don't think they're seeing it as stair step. I think it's just truly wanting to be a public servant. So I am very supportive of them, but I'm one.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
One yes. All right. Next one is solid waste board. We did not have any county mayor recommendations yet. Next one, Sumner County Airport Authority Regional Board, 5-year term. I do have a question for the law director, if you don't mind, Eric. Are there more positions about to come open on that board?
It's solid waste board?
No, on the airport. I've heard that, the two gentlemen that came tonight, I think they were both already on it, from what I understood, and were asking to stay, and I didn't see that there was another, but I don't know if it was coming up.
We index this against our rolling list, and this is the only name that came up. I'll be more than glad to look at that again.
That's fine. I was just curious if they were asking for reappointment, so that was good. Okay. So the county commission recommendation on this one is Samuel Silveronto. Anybody make a motion, second?
This is to replace Steve, so Steve Shepard would roll off, correct? Okay.
I think his term is already up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
That got very confusing after the last
Yeah.
commission meeting. It was taking me a long time to get all that straight. But when it's so all good, it's all good.
My feeling,
Okay.
Chairman, is, as I said before, I know Mr. Shepherd. Mr. Shepherd was my assistant principal when I was principal. He's a Christian. He's morally strong. He's an educator. He served the board, the airport authority, very well for a number of years. They would like to see him come back. He wants to come back. And it had been a policy of this committee for many years in the past that if somebody had such high standards, standing with a committee and wanted to return, that it was just almost automatic. But I think we ought to give some consideration to Mr. Shepherd being a member of the airport authority and doing a good job. That's an important position. That's all I have to say.
I would like to say, I did reach out to Mr. Shepherd. I sent him an email, and asked him to come and introduce himself to us. I never heard back from him. I have never gotten a response back from my email. I don't know. Of course, you can always, email isn't perfect. So I would do that with him. But I will say that I asked him to try, maybe come and let us meet him. But again, he did not respond to me, so I don't know what happened.
Can I have a motion?
I'm going to make a motion to approve Mr. Stolzano.
Second?
That's already out there, I believe, isn't it?
I don't think we had a motion. Yeah.
No,
There wasn't one yet?
It was-
Okay.
No.
Have a second? Okay. Commissioner Nunn, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
That passes. All right, next one is the Civil Service Board. There was some confusion on this, and the law director's office kind of helped me clear some things up on this. So, Sheriff Craighead is putting forward Bill Johnson as his recommendation, and that does not need a confirmation by the county commission. That's just going to be his representation. So I know that there was some confusion. It took me a couple weeks to get that all straightened out, but so Bill Johnson will be on that board, but that is just the sheriff's recommendation, and I'm still working with the law director's office and the sheriff. I think that these two gentlemen are going to want to stay, but I'm just waiting to hear back from them and to hear back from the sheriff on that. So let's keep that in old business. Ethics and Conduct Committee, 1-year term. County Commission recommendations: Robert Brown, Jeremy Mansfield, Manish Nunn, Kimberly Overton, and Harriet Irving Jones Phillips are the county commission recommendations, and I'll live in the motion.
I'll make a motion to group and approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, or any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'm going to abstain since my name's in here.
Okay. All right, next one is Tourism Board. So this one was kind of confusing too. So Tracy Cannon is actually, I think, part of a chamber. And so I think they've already pretty much voted on that in the tourism board, right? They were both on that, right? So they just asked us, we just have to confirm it, and so, and the tourism board thinks she's qualified. All right, we got a motion and a second.
Me.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, any opposed? All right, that passes unanimously. Committee on Committees, Commissioner Hyde decided to roll off, or, sorry, Chairman Hyde, decided to roll off, so the county commission recommendation will be, Commissioner that decline. Have a motion for that? Second. All right, motion is second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. The next one is the agricultural extension service. So there are 3 openings for that, and only one is going to change. Mr. Dwight Dixon, I think, wanted to roll off, correct? That was his suggestion, and so Chad Wilson, the resume was sent out and it's in the packet. And I know that Commissioner, Holmes is on that as well, and I know that you have met him and spoken with him, and, and that was, yeah, a great asset.
Yeah,
and,
for
and
sure.
I know that I gotten multiple emails from, the Ag Board, and, so that is gonna be the condition for that, so, motion.
Group and fruit.
Okay,
Second.
second. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Next one is the Emergency Communications District Board, a 4-year term. They're all gonna stay the same. That was the, kind of the recommendation for that, and I have their resumes, and they're actually in the packet as well, and that's the packet, so, any motion for that?
Motion to group and approve.
Okay. Second, Commissioner Holmes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. And Health and Safety Standards Board, that is the county mayor recommendation as well. I don't have any yet. And Industrial Development Board, I literally just found out about that one, that there's an opening, and so we will pick that one up next month, so that can just stay in old business. And then we have one more month.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, guys.
Wait, what did I miss on that?